Okay. Okay, so today I have just 1 hour. We'll try quickly talk about this topic today. So, okay, today I want to show one thing is like to show difference between sketching and drawing, or like between two-dimensional kind of approach and three-dimensional drawing in the space. Trying to find better words for this. So let's take for example this picture. So we see this kind of house standing in a 3 and 4 angle. So, and let's say like how usually you will draw it if you're not drawing like building in perspective. So, and all this like quick sketch and drawing, all this like outdoor sketching, all this stuff, how usually people draw. They will look just at kind of line length, right? Like how short, long angles of lines. They will look at like curvature of lines and shapes. So we have like big shape, small shape, like angular shape, and like soft shape, angular shape, maybe more aggressive shape. All this is two-dimensional, and is good. It's one of aspects of every work. So let's say if I like draw this one, right? So it's like I talked about this before a lot. It's like you're looking at the shapes, you're looking at lines, you're looking at all this kind of two-dimensional qualities of the stuff. So eventually, it's important to have clear understanding that eventually, in the actual result, every work is like this. It's just abstract two-dimensional marks on a flat surface or on a screen. Because even if you have like 3D model on a screen, you have flat screen in front of you, kind of, right? So practically we have got kind of marks, shapes on a flat surface. So it's kind of eventually it's always this thing. But here one other interesting moment, quality kind of. So just quickly finish here. So here's this tree, smaller tree. And etc. Just drawing all these details, right? So important moment here is like when you draw only with this approach, it's much less creative value within your work. It's not like very it's very shallow kind of work if you only work with two-dimensional form, and we can always feel it. And like you watch, like me, I always like to see it in illustrators work and comic books. You have like sometimes you can see this artist, he have like very detailed, very realistic rendering all these people, muscle, wrinkles, details, a lot of everything, and it's like line art, very amazing. All these textures, many lines, all the stuff, and look very realistic, maybe even like photorealistic. But it's all feels somehow like empty inside. It's like feels superficial, like there is nothing inside this. No, they're like empty, like when you watch movie, you know, and people pretending they drink coffee, but you can see inside. Even they even don't put water inside. This kind of coffee paper cup is absolutely empty, and it's like walking with this, pretending to drink, but it feels fake. So same with this kind of approach. It's much like very much superficial approach, and it's fine for many cases. But just go and look like these different illustrators and compare, and you will see when one artist he only draw like this, and then other artist who draw his stuff like in perspective, and this perspective drawing, kind of this three-dimensional approach, it's what we in a kind of academical art, academical how's it called? In academical fine arts, this called drawing. When you draw in 3D, this calls sketching, right? So if I draw this house like in 3D, I need to look at this as, like I mentioned in the previous video, I need to look at this as a like a box and with some kind of features in it. So, and there also Kranz, he give very cool methods. It's like it's some kind of like a pixel or model, like when we use, instead of if in a two-dimensional model it's a dot and shape, we also dot, it's can be line, right? So it's kind of all about same stuff, two-dimensional. Then in 3D, model will be box, so we can have like box different size, different angle, and we can use it also as like a fractal. So it can be, let's say we want to say something have proportion of 2 cube, or it's like a 3 cube. So it's kind of start to have ratio, right? Like one side is 1 and then this side is 3, because it's 3 cube long and 1 cube high. So it's a ratio now. So we can use cubes as a measure to build anything in a space. Also, this cube can be like one of 8 cubes within bigger cube, you know. This kind of way to measure stuff in 3D, and this can be also like one of cubes within bigger cube, and etc. So we have kind of within my own picture, kind of like I have some how's it called? this kind of like value, right? So this value is all, it's a cube. So, and let's apply here, like I will try to show this approach, how we can use this approach to redraw, rebuild this picture in 3D. So we can look, study this building closer and see if there is cubes, if we can see some cubes here. And I see, actually, you know, I can say it's like this first floor is kind of two cubes. So let's here just first. So this will be first floor. Then second floor, same as like two cubes. So you know we can do it project like Scott Robertson show. So we project these cubes or just eyeballing. So we have this like two cubes first floor, two cubes second floor. Then I look below. Oh, it's like half cube. So it's like half h of cube here. It's like if we cut cube like this, slice in half. So this will be two halves of cube for a basement. So then we look on the roof. And I can say it's like this one on the left side is like one cube high. So I can again draw cube. Kind of this. This will be high for it. And here probably like let's make it 1.5. Not sure because here it has some conversion. Let's make it 1.5 so it will be easier for me to draw. And again, it's like a point here. You can do it like 1 and 7, 1 and 3, but who cares? No. So you can just kind of equal it closer to cube, like quarter of cube, half of cube. So it just will be easier for you to redraw. The same like when you make design of character for your comic book or cartoon. You will find some kind of measure, so it will be easier for you to recreate, to redraw, especially when we need to do it in a space, because you need to do it from different angle, right? So let's say this second roof, it's like 1.5. Kind of. So then look, so this kind of space in front of house, it's also like two square equal to these cubes. So it's like one side of cube, one side of cube. And yeah, it's kind of very convenient. So if I put cube here for this ladder, kind of how's called porch, for a porch. So here will be half. Here is kind of this railing, kind of, right? So, and like this. So let's see. I can make here as like yeah, here not clear. Yeah, let's make it half too. Just for demonstration. So let's say this half, it will be this porch and balcony on the second floor. So you see you have this kind of balcony here. So it should be some space for people standing here on the balcony, and some space here for people standing on the porch near a door. So I give it like half of this cube, this space. So this kind of box structure for this house. Let's say again, let's check. So we have 3.5 high here. Here is like 4, and we have this like 1 for porch and 1 for porch and balcony. So now actually I can like say, okay, if its highest is 4 and this like 4 in the ground here, so no, 2, 4 high, right? So I can put it in a box from 2 cubes. So then I need to make it clear. So okay, all this thing with all these details, right? Because it's 4 highest point of it is 4 for these cubes, and white 2 white. So let's do like this. So it's 2 cube with division like this, alright? And we can rotate this 2 cube, this kind of box from with a proportion of 2:1, like 2:1 ratio, right? Or 4 and 2. We can rotate it very easy. I mean, you can like just rotate it anywhere you want. Just fly something. Can rotate it like we look from upside down. We look this way. We can say twist it. This kind of very random. Okay, anyway, so, or let's say we can do it like this, like a transparent. So when you point here, it's like when you rotate just cubes and boxes, it's very easy, it's very fun, you can do it very freely, and the whole kind of hard part here is how you turn picture into these boxes, and how you turn boxes into this house, right? So I want to try to show you this now. So let's first show how it works here. So let's see. So this part here, we convert this box, this cube, we convert to roof. And this kind of very basic operation, like you know how to draw this kind of roof. It's just you draw in the middle here, and then you connect it to points here. Then here is like little extended, so you just little bit extend the sink, so we have roof here. Then this two floors on this part here, it's actually like 3 sections with like little angle, so it's like we divide it 3, and it's like this. So we have this kind of form. So you just, let's say you take it here and you extend it, and you can extend it here, then you connect this point, and again you extend here, you connect this point. Then we have this like window here. Then this balcony, right? This balcony you just make this. Then we have like a three kind of pillars here. Then we put fence here. And then I think it's like here, this middle of roof. It will be somewhere here, maybe this line. And again, so it's like you connect this point to this point, then this point kind of here. Can also little extend it here. Something like this. So then we have 3, 2, 2, 3 here. So I see like more you go into detail, just more and more small detail, kind of when you have this kind of ground foundation, and then you put these smaller and smaller details on this foundation. So if here we have these two windows and we have kind of this canopy here, which is look kind of this. And it's like, it can be kind of mistakes here. Can be some mistakes with proportions, can be some mistakes, maybe I'm not exactly understand construction of this picture, of this building in a picture. Because I'm human being, I'm not perfect kind of, and it's hard to understand something from only one picture. It's better when you have like real life object or 3D model or bunch of pictures from different angles. So anyway, a point here is just about principle. So you need to understand this, like how you understand it three-dimensionally. This is what you can draw in 3 dimensions. So we're training, we're practicing this skill kind of to break something, to be able something to see as boxes, and then to be able rotate these boxes and convert these boxes into this real life object again. So like I did here, because you see it's angle different, and now it's kind of rebuilt. It's my picture now. It's not I'm not trying to copy this lines angle. No, I kind of use measurement, and I completely rebuild whole thing using my measurements. So I make this kind of points and I connect my own points. It's like totally different point of view. No, it's little easy demonstration. I will do some more. Let's put some line art in it just to make it clearer. So again, like I was talking in the previous video, it's very simple idea, but it's really require a lot of practice. More you cannot practice this too much. The more you practice, better artist you became, better you understand how it works, and more than that, you will start to see how it improves you, and you will start to understand yourself how much practice you need more. So at the beginning, it's for rule is for sure, don't afraid to draw too much. This is definitely impossible at the beginning. Yeah, of course, like you can afraid of mindless drawing, when you just kind of scribbling something, doodling. Yeah, this kind of you can procrastinate to this kind of thing. So just make sure you know what kind of practice you're implementing. So spend some time breaking down some pictures into boxes, into cubes, no matter what it is, like people or vehicles, buildings. Spend some time to repeat drawing boxes in perspective. It's just this kind of law of mastering, maybe you can call it. It's, I think it's Jake Parker, he have video where he talk about soft and hard skill. And he say like in art is hard skill, it's a theory, and a soft skill, it's a practice. So for us in the crafts and in art, both is essential. So and both depends on each other. So you practically you cannot understand theory if you have lack of practice, and your practice will be pointless if you have lack of theory. So we need to do it together. Like you learn, you go practice, do it again and again and again, and only while you will practicing it, repeating it, try for many times, you will actually understand what you read. Because we cannot understand how to draw after just reading book about how to draw. We will only understand it when we are kind of trying to use and like doing these exercises from books, all this stuff. It just, again, like I do example, like imagine like a ballet dancing or break dancing. You can open like Wikipedia or watch some video tutorial, and you will remember all basic movements. You say like, okay, we have like this kind of movement, we have this kind of jump. You write it or you just remember, and you say like, okay, I know theory, I know like ballet moves and all this stuff. And maybe you can even recreate this move. Maybe you can make this move. But you are not ballet dancer, because you need to do it like 100 times, 1,000 times, 100,000 times, and the more you do, better you will understand this like tiny nuances beneath this movement. And these tiny nuances, it's actually what you are make you dancer or make you artist. And this kind of problem every artist and art teachers and coach have. It's just like you cannot teach directly this thing. You can only like this theory and practice. All this is just like key or direction. If for you, for me, for beginners, for everybody, it's just direction which you can, if you will follow, then you will find this kind of important quality you need to be this artist or dancer. And you cannot take this quality, you cannot get this skill without walking this path, without doing all this practice. You cannot understand real meaning kind of these ideas, of these principles, if you don't have enough practice. So this is kind of core idea in learning anything, kind of. Only like application of like testing of your knowledge will give you real knowledge. Okay, so. Also, I seen some shorts on YouTube. Maybe you've seen it too. I don't know. Some dude, he I don't know how it's called. Like he cut stone, like I don't know how. Forget how it's called. Like stilo. A hammer and stilo to cut stone. It looks insane. It just looks insane. It's just like how you, like, you take this kind of brick, like you make some like little pencil marks here, and then he just like use hammer to cut all this, and then make all these tiny details. It's just so much practice behind all this. It's incredible. It's just a perfect example. Yeah, and same like ballet dancers. You can watch some old ballet. I give you my trick for watching ballet. You turn sound off and listen your favorite music. So you watch a video of some classic old video, like from some classic ballet dance, and listen your favorite music, and you will just zone out. It's so crazy, it's so beautiful to watch. And you will see how ballet, what is kind of trick for them is like they're moving. Sometimes they're moving like it looks impossible. It looks like they're breaking laws of physics. Like they don't have weight in the body, or they can fly for a couple seconds. This kind of thing. In this small nuances, this is everything. This is a core point of all this stuff. It's for us, it's like when you're able to put all these lines on your paper together, so they look aligned, like two-dimensionally, aligned to composition, aligned to perspective. is aligned kind of in so many way, and it's just also like you have this kind of mind blow. Feel like if you're driving with Formula One on a very high speed going into a crazy turn, you know, it's like hello, hi pop. Так. Also for me, it's have like old video from how's it called, Cliff Them All documentary about Cliff Barton, and there he was play some kind of bass solo. It was so crazy, like how he played. It's just like, you know, for maybe like 15 seconds, you kind of like, no, like for me it was like, it sounds like something I never hear in my life. This kind of 15-second, it sound, I cannot describe what it sound. It's like it doesn't sound like guitar at all. It's just some kind of this space waves kind of like, oh my gosh, so cool. They should just change name for Metallica after Cliff Barton. It's absolutely different band. This building, not Skeletones, have this like a box structure. I was talking in the beginning. You can watch a record of a stream later, or maybe now you can watch this beginning part. I will also show some example again. Так. So yeah, I just simplify here just to make it faster. Idea here for people who just come, it's to convert stuff into bunch of boxes, into bunch of cubes. So then you can rotate these cubes and make a building again from these cubes. Okay, maybe I will draw it. So we have some picture or view in front of you, maybe something, right? Point is, we are never able to draw something directly. Actually, like nobody ever draw anything right in front of him. Never. We always draw our analysis. We draw our interpretation. So we kind of like look at something and we like break it down to some abstract elements. So most of people, when they draw, they break down it to two-dimensional abstract elements. They look at stuff like lines, shapes, and they look like size, how long, how big, how small, where they located, like just two-dimensionally, and they try to recreate these two-dimensional shapes. But much more beneficial and professional, give you much more opportunities if it's approach to be able to break it to three-dimensional form. And it's like when you look and you notice all two-dimensional stuff, and also you start to think about it three-dimensionally. you start to think like, okay, if this it's a cube, like how many cubes it have inside, like this, I noticed here is like one cube for this part of first floor, one cube for this, so we have like this bunch of cubes here. Also one cube will be here, and here's like 1.5 cubes. Then I put it all together and I get this kind of, it's like if you put this house into package, and like I want to send this house to my friends reptiloids kind of in where is their planet, I forgot, like Venera or Jupiter. Need to check my address books. So, and I put this house in a box, pack them in a paper box, right? So this kind of dimensions, and I break this box and I see, oh, this whole thing, it's just two cubes, or ratio like 2 cube ratio. It means if we look two dimensionally, it means like we have this like 2, like 1 1 1, right? So it's 2 high and 1 wide, so this kind of ratio. When we have this approach, when we break down to simple elements, we get this ability to measure it. It's very convenient. And then, like I say, it's like a fractal box, right? A fractal cube. You can divide it, right? So it's like here, because it's like all together it's 2 cube, but inside each is like 8 cubes inside, right? So we have like 4 small cube high and 2 small cube wide. So if I recreate this building again, let's say let's say this kind of perspective. So it's very easy for me to draw a box at first, and this box I have exact ratio. I just say, okay, it's like 2 cubes in perspective. Whoop. You see, kind of this, right? So we have 2 cubes for whole thing. I can skew it anyway, so easy to twist, to put in perspective this box. Then I say, okay, I start to subdivide. So here will be 2 smaller box, cube, 4 cube for this, and 4 cube here. And this is more like practice. It's an exercise. You need to practice it to have ability to do this, because this ability is very core, essential. But you don't need to do it all the time, everywhere. But sometimes you need to, you will like, oh, I'm so confused, I'm not sure how to draw it in this angle. And you will start slowly, step by step, break it down to these boxes and this kind of stuff. Так, so then we have porch here, we have this half for basement. So this will be first floor. This half here is the second floor. This will be roof. Then this will be this. And this half. So at first it might be super confusing at first. So that's why, again, practice very slowly do it. Make sure every line have sense. It's not just random stuff. You know exactly why you put, why this point here, not there. Так, okay, so it's kind of this. Like here, porch, then here. This like balcony here. Then again we can break it into 3 plans. Then little extend this roof here. Here I did some mistake with the roof. Okay, keep it this. So then here we have tree. Let's see. Same house. So this half cube, half cube. It's a basement here, basement level. Then this half and this half make one. It's first floor. This half, it's second floor. And this will be roof. Little extent. This roof here. So this balcony, this porch. Ah, forget chimney. Так. So I assume there is also this kind of window on the right side. Так. Okay, it actually should be there. Okay, no problem. Так. Just think how else rotate. So no, I hope it's make a point. I hope it's useful. Let me know. So you see how this kind of universal principle, and artists use it everywhere. Like you draw people, you draw like guns. Like you can see also Kim Jong-gi talking about this in his videos. I just trying to give it like from slightly different point of view, but it's everybody talking about this, like kind of this artist who draw in perspective. And more about this again. I'm not work for crayons, but I just feel it's kind of responsibility, maybe kind of just to kind of respect artist from who I learned this thing. So crayons in the Gumroad, he talking about this. Have some workshop with subtitles in English. You can check. Very useful. Так. So let's say here. And then it's like, you see, it's like this program for Robocop or Neo in the Matrix. Once you practice this approach, it's like you install this app, this filter in your brain, and then you will be able to do it naturally. It will become part of your nature. You will start to like kind of intuitively, like automatically, like very fast, like see it three-dimensionally, see this kind of proportions, be able to convert everything into boxes. But to get this skill, you need to do some very dry, sometimes very boring, mundane, maybe like feeling very frustrating. Like when I was doing exercise, like kind of try and do this stuff from crayons workshops, I was kind of like, oh, feel so uncomfortable, you know, feel like, here I make a mistake anyway. Feel like everything's so wrong, and like I'm so far from what I need, and I'm not sure this will really help, you know. But it's really help. You need this in practice. You need this experience. And more you do, more precise you will do, more like your accuracy will improve, and speed will improve. You will need less effort, you will like less nervous. So you just make this breakthrough, get through this uncomfortable first time experience to make it a very comfortable, natural kind of, like if you ever, like if you born with this kind of, you know, and this always works this way. After you will practice it, after you are master this, it will feels and it will looks like you just born with this ability, and people like say like, oh, you're so talented, you're gifted. So okay, I even don't start talking about how actually like again, like you watch this violin players or piano players, it's like they start from 3-year-old, you know, these children go and play piano, and when they're like 20, it's look like they're born with a piano, you know, like they're like super talented. Yeah, of course, they just don't have childhood. They play piano all the time. Of course, after it looks like supernatural. Okay. No, anyway, you see here. That's what I mean. So you can make it bigger scale, so you will have more space for details. You can make it more slow, so you will do it more kind of accurate, more refined. But see how easily now you can rotate it. You can not only rotate, but you can kind of remodel it. Can do it. We'll talk about this next videos in the future video, because this same approach, exactly same approach, we use when we want to change or make our own design. Same approach we use when we draw from memory, because visual memory maybe exists, maybe visual memory exists, I'm not sure, but 80% I'm kind of convinced that is no real. There is no thing as visual memory. It's actually your like ability to like remember information and break down like what you look around you, break it down to information and remember this information. So it's like visual memory for artists is this memory, or like you break down into two-dimensional shapes or three-dimensional shapes, and then when you have this kind of structural information in your head, you can recreate it. So you look okay, I will make a video about this, but I'm sure this is how every artist do, and how like Kim Jong-il, how he draw from memory, because using this approach, analysis, you analyze what you see, like a spy in a movie, right? When they say like you go in a room, like after like 3 seconds they close his eyes and ask what is in the room, and he needs to like describe everything, like how many people, what is where, stuff like this. It's a skill. It's skill you can train how to quickly break down and analyze environment. And there is special, like, particular characteristics, parameters your study. Okay, so that's it for today. I need to go. See you next video.